Every now and then our producers surprise us. This happens to be one of those moments. I was just told that we were in for a surprise. All I've been asked to do is roll some tape. Let's see what the surprise may be.
My name's Joe Sloan, and I operate the jib on the Doctors. So it's kind of a specialty camera that flies through the air. The crew is great. We've been together for 8 years, and let me tell you, I come home every day and I tell my wife something I've learned. And one of the things they keep bringing up was people who experience heart attacks and the different symptoms that they get. And I never thought it's going to happen to me because, you know, I'm in great shape, I'm young. So Sunday morning, I'm playing tennis, and I just started having this really bad heartburn, the worst heartburn I ever felt in my life. And I ended up taking 4 antacids, and it was getting worse. As I was driving home, I started feeling the pain in my arm and my neck. But because of the doctors, I went and said, well, let's be safe. Let's go to the hospital. So they ran every test they could possibly run. I did ultrasound, they did chest x-rays, but they couldn't find anything wrong. And it wasn't until they started getting results back from blood tests that they realized, we need to get you in right now, do an angiogram. They discovered on one of my arteries there was a 95% blockage. So we had to basically put a stent on one side and an angioplasty on the other side and cleared the blockage. And apparently it was very successful. It was an eye-opener. I was like, that happens to people who are overweight and out of shape and older, and that's not me. But everything that I learned with the doctors, it could happen to anybody. And as a matter of fact, a very good colleague of mine just passed away from a massive heart attack. Don Davis is camera 4, and we've been working the doctor since day 1. Don was like a brother to me. And I think Don kind of reached out and his finger touched my heart because he knew. And saved my life. People were telling me, take time off. And I said, I can't. So the doctors, this is my family. It's like home to me. I just had to be where I felt like I belonged.
So I wasn't lying when I said we had no idea what we were about to discuss. And, you know, Joe loyally operates the jib camera you see up there. And we heard that Joe had a heart attack. And yet he's already back manning his post. Joe, we're going to give you a break. Will you come down here and join us?
Sure.
Take your time, though. You know, it's a reminder, every 40 seconds, an American dies from cardiovascular disease. We've talked about this. It's the #1 cause of death for men and women. And a lot of times, in fact, we recently talked about how important it is to understand the symptoms, the signs, and know that if something doesn't feel quite right, shortness of breath, chest pain, or you just feel more fatigued than normal, generalized weakness that you can't explain, if you're worried about it, it's always better part of valor is to get it checked out. If you're having a major heart attack and you ignore the symptoms, it's just, in some cases, a matter of time before your electrical wiring in your heart goes haywire and you can go into a VFib arrest. And so the sooner you get to the emergency department like Joe did, you can actually get blood flow back to the part of the heart that has been blocked off. And once that occurs, the sooner, a lot of times, like Joe, less than a week later, he's back at work.